Hey guys, my name's Kevin. Welcome to episode 3 of our Key Chords mini-series. Today, we're going to switch things up a little bit and talk about minor keys. Minor keys are super cool, super rich, and I'm going to show you how to play them. So get yourself tuned up and let's get to it. Hey, before we get to it, do me a little favor and make sure you're subscribed to the channel here. Click that alert bell so you know when the next video is coming your way. And head over to allforuke.com where I have practice tracks, worksheet PDFs that will all enhance your learning experience. So before we start talking about the minor scale, we need to talk a little bit about the major scale. So the major scale, as we learned in episode 1, and I'm going to refer to the key of C because today we're going to check out A minor, and I'll tell you why in a second here. So in the key of C, as a little refresher here, we know that the notes of the key of C major are C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. So there's a key note in there that I want to talk to you about, and that is the 6th note of the scale, which is A. And we know that in the key of C, the A, the 6th chord, is a minor chord. What's cool about this is that that A minor chord is the start of the A minor scale. So we use the A minor natural scale, which I'm going to show you in a second here, to get the A minor key. So the A minor key, as we're going to find out here, has all of the same chords and all of the same notes as the C major scale. So let that sink in. They're both the same, there's just going to be a different starting point. So let's take a look at the A minor scale so that we can make up this key here. So I'm just going to use the bottom string here, the A string, because on the uke, it's hard to play through the A minor scale from the top because of the difference in the high string here. So I'm just going to show this on one string. So the A minor scale starts with A. So we're just going to play the open A note here on the A string. There's our first, that's our 1, that's A. Our second note is B. So we play that on the 2nd fret here of the A string. Our third note of the scale is C. That's played on the 3rd fret of the A string. So we have A, B, C. The 4th note is going to be D. We play that on the 5th fret of the A string. The 5th note is E. We play that on the 7th fret. Then we move up to F. We play on the 8th fret. Then we go to G, which is on the 10th fret. And then we are back to A, which is on the 12th fret. So if we go through that scale, you'll notice there are no sharps and flats, just like the key of C major. So all we did really is we started on A rather than starting on C. So we went A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A. So those are all of the notes that go in the key of A. That is the natural minor scale. So that's what's going to tell us what chords we play now for the minor key. And just a hint, they will be the same chords that you play in the key of C major. We're just going to change the order so that everything revolves around A minor. So let's check that out now, and I'll show you how these chords correspond with the notes that we just played. All right, so now that we know what the notes are, we can apply our formula and figure out what the chords are. So again, we're just going to use the same formula we used in the major scale. We're just shifting things. So we know that our 6th chord, again, in the major scale is A minor, and that's a minor chord. So that becomes our 1 chord in the minor scale here. So in the minor key, our first chord for A minor, kind of makes sense here, is going to be an A minor chord. So we play that with our middle finger on the 2nd fret of the G string. That gives us an A minor chord. Our next chord, which is going to be B diminished. And if you remember from the major key C, you can view this on the graphic here as well, the B diminished is the 7th chord in the major key. Well, it's actually just the 2nd chord in the minor key. So we play that B diminished chord here, this very tense chord, with index on the G string 1st fret, ring finger on the C string of the 2nd fret, middle on the E string of the first fret, and pinky on the A string of the second fret. So that gives us a B diminished chord. So we have our 1 chord, A minor, our 2 chord, B diminished. Now our 3 chord is going to be the C chord. So the 3rd degree of the key is going to be C major. And that's just played here with our ring finger on the A string of the 3rd fret. Our 4th chord, which this is where the minor key gets kind of cool, is a D minor chord. So the D minor is played middle and ring finger on the G and C string, index on the E string of the 1st fret. We have the D minor here. Our 5 chord is E minor, so that corresponds with the E note, the 5th degree of the minor scale, and we play our E minor here. So we have ring, middle, and index finger down here on frets 4, 3, 2 of the C, E, and A string. Then we move to our 6th chord, which should correspond with our 6th note of the minor, which is F, and we play that as a major chord. And our 7th is going to be G, which corresponds with G major, and that is going to be played like this. Index, ring, and middle finger on the 2nd and 3rd fret here for a G major chord. So we go through these chords now. We have A minor as our 1, B diminished as our 2, C is our 3, D minor is our 4, E minor is our 5, F is our 6, G is our 7, and then we're back to A minor. So now our numerals have changed because of our starting point. But if you look at this, all the chords I just played are the same as the chords we played when we talked about the key of C in episode 1. All I did was change the starting point. So instead of starting at A minor, I'm starting at C, and I went through the same chord progression: C, D minor, E minor, F, G, A minor, B diminished. All the same chords, just a different starting point. So how are they different? Well, they're different because of where the resolution is. In the key of C major, everything resolves to C major. In A minor, everything resolves to the A minor. So if you're playing a tune and you end the song and the song is written in the key of A minor, well, it'll sound nice and resolved if you end the song on that A minor chord versus a major, which would be C. So the cool thing about this is you have all of these chords that you already know, but now you can kind of take them and switch them around, and now when we put them in progressions, you'll hear the difference now because the movement will change. So let's take a look now at a couple of progressions in the key of A minor, and we'll play those together so you guys can kind of feel what this key is all about. If you're digging the ukes you're hearing in these videos, go to my site, allforuke.com/shop. If you buy your uke from Kala, you're supporting All for Uke, and I would really appreciate it. Check out a Kala uke. So we've talked a little bit about 1-4, 1-5 progressions in the major keys. Now let's hear what they sound like using a minor key. So our 1 chord is going to be A minor. Our 4 chord is going to be a D minor. And our 5 chord is going to be an E minor. So we're going to move between 1-4 and 1-5, and we're going to use the island strum for this. So again, the strumming pattern will be down, down, up, down, up, and we count that 1, 2, and 4, and. So on an A minor chord. So let's do that strumming pattern 2 times per chord, and we'll go through the progression a couple of times here so you can get a feel for it. But listen to the difference in how this 1-4-5 feels compared to C major, even though we're using the same chords from the key of C major. So here we go, starting on an A minor chord. 1, 2, 3, 4. Chord. now to the 5. 1, 2, and 4, and 1, 2, and let's go back to 1, A minor, to the 4, D minor, back to 1, to the 5, and end on the 1. All right, for our second progression here, we're going to mix it up a little bit here. So we're going to do a 4, which is the D minor chord, to the 6, which is F, and then our 1 chord, A minor, and our 7 chord, G major. So this one's got a cool feel to it. We're going to do the strumming pattern 1 time per chord, and then we'll go through that progression, I don't know, until we get tired. Here we go with a 4 count in. 1, 2, 3, 4. 6, on the top string the whole time until we get to that G chord. 4, move the 6, then the 1, to the 7, do it again. 4, 6, 1, 7. It helps reinforce it if you say the numerals to yourself as you're going too. Last time, 4, 6, 1, 7. Well, how are you feeling now that you know the minor key and the major key? It's pretty cool, and I think it gives you the tools to create a lot of stuff on your own now. So, while that's being said, take a second, get in the comments, and come up with your own chord sequences. Maybe it's 3, 6, 5, 1. Maybe it's 2, 5, 1. You tell me, explore around a little bit, try some different chord combinations. I think you'll have a lot of fun, and I'm sure you're going to learn some new things as you go. You might find that secret chord progression that you want for the next song that you're writing. There's a lot of different options here. So before you go, make sure you jump over to the site where you can get the key chord chart, which lays out the chords for the minor and major keys. I think it'll really help you in composing. I appreciate you watching with me, guys. My name's Kevin. I'll see you next time.